How does so when you're producing alongside Marley, what does he do? Does he come up with the beat and then you fill it in, or?
Well, here's how I cut my teeth being a music guy. Um, Hip hop has always been a culmination of different rhythm ideas that people would hear in music, and they would kind of put loops and stuff together. And early on, some guys, but not most, never paid attention to whether or not the loops were in the same key or the pitch was the same. So this is where I came in. So something Marley would play, and I remember quite a few times he'd be playing stuff, and the rhythm of it is like dope, and then you get to one part and it's like somebody scratching their nails on the chalkboard because it was out of tune, it was out of key, and I'd be like, and so I was like, hey, so let's do it this way. What I could do, I could hear something and wouldn't play the same thing, but I would play the feel of it by changing the chord structure or
Mm.
changing how the melody rolled down. And it wasn't the same chords, but it was the same groove or same feel.
Mm.
And so Molly be like, oh yeah, because you know, outside of how bad the record business was, if you use a sample, it was even worse because that was
Mm.
somebody else's money. You didn't get no publishing for that. That went to the original license holder, copyright holder. So when I would come in and play stuff where we didn't have to clear it, it was like,
Oh, but were you learning about publishing and all that at that time?
I didn't know about publishing at that time. I was just learning about producing. It wasn't until after Around the Way Girl and uh, CC Rogers, he got a deal on Atlantic, and he wanted me to work on a song for his album with him. And after we did Song Over, he asked me the name of my publishing company. And I was like, what's that? And he said, yeah. He said, when you create music, there's a publishing company and you're a writer. And he went to the whole spiel, So I had been thinking, well, me and Marley, we never had these conversations, but I'm pretty sure whatever it is, it's nothing. Well, that's the part of the business where that I come to understand because it wasn't unique to him. Um, the format was you had to own someone or somebody and they had to pay dues. That's what they called it, paying dues. And you had to give up whatever you were entitled to. That was the toll to come through that door. Now, I do understand that I'm thankful and grateful for all the things that Marley did. And I understand sometimes when um, people are more knowledgeable about what it is that they think they're entitled to. They don't understand the art of negotiation. The fact that 5% of something is better than 100% of nothing.
Mm.
And so maybe, that's the way the business was being done for the most part with a lot of artists because, it was hard to correlate or sometimes people look at what somebody else is getting so much so sometimes they can't see how they're benefiting. And then you have situations um, where nothing gets done and great music is lost and great talents never get heard because not because the chemistry to do the music wasn't there, just when you start applying the cost of business and the mindset towards what they're willing to give up for the opportunity. So yeah, that part.
Unfortunately, it's been one of the downfalls for Black music, that those who were in the door had an opportunity to, um, uplift the rest, and only the only people that I've heard who have been, who have taken the high road when it comes to, I'm going to teach you the business and I'm going to give you your fair share. Eddie F, I've interviewed over 100 people, so the only people that I've heard they've said, "Oh man, this guy really had a very different view," was Eddie F. KG. KG talks about flavor unit management, teaching them about the stuff early on. And yeah, those are the only people out of all my guests who have had positive experiences, KG
Who
and
I
Eddie.
produced hit records with and
Yeah,
had a
yeah.
great relationship with.
But it's
And,
unfortunate because it seems as if those in front were like, well, we got taken advantage of, so we're gonna take from you. And then when you learn the business, then you learn, But as I said, when you were told about that, how did that change the whole relationship with Marley when they're telling you about publishing and stuff? Or what did that do to you? Do you then go set it up, or do you look for a lawyer, or what?
well, no. My eyes open, so to speak, because I was and see, and I think it's I have to take responsibility in the role that I played. The fact that if I decided to open a hot dog stand, I can't just buy a bundle of hot dogs and set up a cart and start taking money. No matter how successful how many hot dogs they buy, I have to do the business in the background, or I won't be in business for long. That's my responsibility. I can't say, oh man, they didn't tell me I needed. No, if I'm going to do something, then it's our responsibility. And that's not to take the onus off of those who are in the position. But a lot of times uh, it takes power and also takes what's being taught to them. When you have prominent lawyers and managers who are telling you this is how things are done,
Mm.
you don't have a correlation, you just have their understanding, then they're
Yeah,
able, because the process is the more that they can convince you to get from somebody else, the more money they make because they own most of what
yeah,
you're getting. So it's in their best event, it's to their advantage to not have everybody educated, because then they can't use like Marley or KG or Eddie or anybody else to manipulate the relationships where they gain money because of all the money that KG, Eddie, and Marley had. So the thing with Marley was, I honestly, and I believe this as a brother, because we're cool. We've had conversations and we talked about it. And he said, he was doing what he was taught was the business, and it wasn't like he was the only guy, because you just mentioned three guys out of how many guys? Like this was the way, you know. But later on, I guess the thing that was kind of disheartening to me, because um, I don't mind the toll. I understand, um, even when it came to credits and things like that, because I'm on TLC's first album. We went down to LA. They invited Marley to come and produce some songs. So me, Marley, Mary Brown, and Marsha McCrooklyn, who were in a group called Eminem, signed at Atlantic.
yeah.
We all
Abstract,
went,
yes,
yeah, Abstract. We
yeah, yeah.
all went down to Atlanta and Bobby Brown's studio, and I met Babyface, LA, and Pebbles, and I met the group. We produced two songs,
Which two?
but that's the way we like it, and this is how it should be done.
Wow.
And I'm on there, and you might have to get your magnifying glass out,
Where you got your credits then?
but my name is. But see, I created, but because I wasn't thinking, I was thinking that what the $750 I was gonna get for playing on it, you know. Who knew? So
Yeah.
all these thoughts started coming up once CC said that to me.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of Halftime Chat. Please remember to subscribe, share, and comment. But most importantly, why don't you become a member of Halftime Chat? We've got amazing videos, amazing perks, and being able to support the channel.
But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.
I never participated in that kind of.
And somewhere in between
us for even loving us, on which I didn't miss you with.
What was it like growing up?
She's still making an impact on 4 houses down.
I have a couple of pieces.
Trying to get this one and that one.
That works for you, but just for me,
No, okay, you okay.
They don't understand what Jonas and Boyz and winning all spirits.
Play it.
these guys, they all work together.
I mean, I love all different genres.